Assalamu alaikum. My name is Abdul Basit, and I'm basically going to give you an overview about the stage 2 process. First of all, congratulations everyone for making it this far. Uh, it was a hard journey for all of you, the test itself. And so the entire PrepKnight team would like to congratulate you on reaching this far. Secondly, in the second part of this AKU journey, you have after you clear the test, you have the stage 2 form. I'm sure you all have received the package on your email. And the second thing that we have is the interview. So we'll talk about the interview, a brief overview, and generally like what the questions, the sort of questions they ask, and the aim of the interview, and how you're supposed to answer those questions. After that, we'll briefly touch over the stage 2 form as well. So in the interview, we'll just jump right into it. So first, in the interview, they ask us basic questions like, for instance, um, as soon as you enter the room, you have to make sure that before coming to the interview, let's just start from there. Make sure you have a good night's rest, 8+ hours of sleep, eat well, have breakfast, talk to your family in the morning, and then when you're going for the interview, make sure you're dressed well. Your nails are trimmed, your hair is trimmed, your shoes are polished. And for girls, it doesn't matter as much, but for guys, you should be wearing a formal attire. Um, some of the people in my batch wore a dress shirt, a tie, and a blazer, a coat on it, but that's completely up to personal preference. Uh, that was the outfit part, what you should wear at the interview. Now when you're coming into the interview, you should always be respectful. You should uh, never interrupt your interviewer. You should let them finish, listen to exactly what they're saying, understand the questions, and then ask. All right, so before you're entering the room, what should you do? The first thing you do is knock, ask for permission, and then you go. When you're standing in front of them, even if they tell you to sit, ask them again, may I please have a seat? Just be respectful. Be as respectful as you can. It might look a little fake, but that's what you have to do. You have to show that you're very respectful. So yeah, after you're seated, the first few questions that they ask are, they basically tell you to introduce yourself. So this is something that you should know about yourself. You introduce yourself by telling your name and telling about your family. Like, my name is Abdul Basit, so I'll be telling that I have a sister. I have my parents do this and that. My sister does this, and this is my A levels college or whatever background I'm from. And then sort of tell any one of your hobbies. Like, for instance, I say I like to run, or I like to play chess. So in the interview, uh, you'll notice that you'll be the one who's driving the conversation. Like, if I tell the interviewer that I like to play chess, then they'll go and take my question, and then they'll ask more questions from that. Like, if for instance I ask I like to run, so the follow-up question from this would be like, do you do this as a sport? Like, do you run marathons? Do you run races? Or do you just run in your leisure time? And after that, if you run, are there any other sports activities that you're a part of? So there are always follow up questions from what you answer. So make sure that whatever you answer, you know where you're leading the conversation. It's always who's leading the conversation. You have the steering wheel in your hand. Acha, other than that, there are some very main questions that each interviewer asks, and you have to just prepare your answer from home. These are the questions that you know the interviewer is going to ask, so you prepare your answer from before. So the question these are like two or three mainstream questions. The first one being that why do you want to come to AKU? Now, every single one of you needs to prepare an answer that has to be very personalized. Now, the purpose of the AQ interview is to see the kind of person you are, your character, and how, if you're going to be a good fit for the kind of environment AQ has. Now, a lot of you might ask that, um, what about my initial scores? What about my CIE grades? What about my score in the AQ test? All of that is behind you now. It doesn't matter how good or bad you did at the test. The interview and stage two clearly wants to see the kind of person you are, your character, your dreams, your aspirations, just who you are as a person. They know your academics, they know what you can do on paper. Now they want to see you, they want to talk to you, they want to know you. Okay, so the first question, as I was speaking, they ask you why you want to come to AKU. Why not any other medical college? Why not go to Ziauddin? Why not go to Dow? Why not go to any other college? Why would you prefer AKU over any other college? So what you do in this situation is that you go on Google, you go on their website, and you ask seniors. You go to them personally and ask what's so special about AKU. So yeah, you now a lot of us I don't want to give you a lot of examples because then you guys will probably start thinking in that direction, and then some of you might even copy those answers. So if a lot of you have the same answers, it doesn't work out for any of you then. So I'll give you a couple of examples, but make sure you personalize it as you guys want, according to your needs. Right? So one of my friends, they were really good at sports. So when they were asked about AKU, like why do you want to come specifically to AKU? So that girl had done her research. So when she was asked about why she wanted to come to AKU, she said, I'm very good at swimming. I've represented my own school in inter-school competitions. I went to LUMS for a swimming competition. And now this is where she brings in the AKU part. She said, I've heard that AKU is the only medical college or only college with an Olympic sized swimming pool in Karachi. So now she had done her research, she knew what she was talking about. Now, that thing in AKU kind of brings it, attracts it towards AKU, so that she has a kind of history with the thing. So yeah, another one of my friends, they said that when they were little, they had a house right beside AKU, and some of their family members was a doctor. So when they used to go and wait for their family member to get done, so they used to wait for them outside. So by the time they used to get done, that person used to go to the gym, and they used to go to their basketball court, and they used to play basketball every day. So they kind of grew an attachment towards that court, towards that place. So that's just the sport aspect of it. Other than that, you can talk about many other things that I still don't want to mention because, chalo, I'll tell you a few examples. Like, for instance, AKU has a CIME, the Center of Innovation in Medical Education. Where, that is like a place where there's state of the art technology that basically differentiates AKU from other medical colleges. So, in that, so many students talk about that they have interest in robotics, programming, or any other like engineering type stuff. So students do tend to mention that as well for uh, a reason for their coming to AQ, like why they like it. So yeah, so just kind of make it personalized. Talk about why specifically you want to come to AKU. Okay, why not any other medical college? And when you're talking, just talk about how AKU is different, because this is the comparison they want you to make, because AKU is way more expensive than other colleges, so that's a drawback. So even after that drawback, what are the positive pros? This is the cons. What are the pros that are still attracting you towards AKU? So yeah, so you talk about them. You do your research. and you talk about it. So yeah. After that, the question they ask is, why do you want to become a doctor? So yeah. So this question should also be very personalized to yourself. You should know why you have chosen this profession. Um, all of us have different stories. Some of us, acha, one thing that a lot of the candidates do is that they always go in and say, uh, my grandmother fell sick, my dadi nani got sick, I was with them in the hospital, and this and that. I know this, your story could be 100% genuine, but the interviewers have heard this way more, like a lot of times. So what you have to do is that, not, I mean, I'm sure there's a good reason why you want to do this. And if the reason is just because your parents are doing it, then also just try to just be honest and try to be connected to the profession as much as you can. So yeah. um so try to think of a reason, like अब general जो चीजें होती हैं, like everyone comes and says मेरी नानी बीमार थी and I couldn't do anything, no, none of the doctors could help her, so I want to be the person who could help her, or something like, I want to help everyone, I want to help the community, I want to be um a good service to the community, I want to give back. ऐसी general चीजें नहीं कहनी. You have to make the answer personalized to yourself. Like, say, I again, I don't want to tell you what to say, but you think yourself, okay, something that happened in your life, that a problem in your life that could have been solved, or something that you want to change in the world that would only be possible if you were a doctor. So yeah, think of it this way. Uske baad, the third question that they're most certainly going to ask you is, why should we take you? Okay, why not any other candidate? So what makes you stand apart from all the other 3,000 or 300 more candidates that have received the interview? So yeah. So in that, you can talk about your strengths at that point, or there's another question later on where they ask for 3 of your strengths and 3 of your weaknesses. We'll come to that later. So yeah. So in the why should we choose you, you should tell that why you think you'd be a good fit in that certain scenario. Okay, in that the kind of environment AQ has. So you talk about yourself. Acha, make sure you don't talk about academics that much because they've seen all of that. That's all in the past. Okay. So what you can do is that talk about the kind of people you know that are in AKU, and sort of say that I know these people that are in AKU, and I have similar, uh how should I say this? I have similar vibes in them. So yeah. So if I match my vibe with those people, if I can sit and talk with those people for hours and hours, if I can, uh if you have a friend who's in AKU and who's been talking about research, or who's been talking about our society's debates, so you tell them that there's a debating society in AKU, and I've been debating past for the past 3-4 years. I've represented my college at this thing, and this is why I want to be part of AKU, and I'd be a good fit because I can give back to AKU. How? By representing AKU in other colleges. So this is how you're telling yourself that I'm a good fit for AKU. Not just AKU is benefiting from me. I'm not only benefiting from AKU, but also AKU is also benefiting from me. So yeah. So this is what you talk about. Other than that, they ask you for your strengths and weaknesses. Okay, this is a very important part of your interview. Now, what most candidates do is that when you're asked about your weaknesses, they say something like, I'm a perfectionist. uh, I overcome it. Now, don't say things like, ये ऐसी weaknesses हैं जैसे perfectionist क्या है कि आप हर चीज बहुत सही करते हो, और इतनी सही करते हो कि वो आपके लिए खराब हो जाता है, मतलब आपके लिए वो नुकसानदेह होता है. तो say something like, something that is an actual weakness of yours. ठीक है? डोंट ऐसी चीजें नहीं बोलो कि अच्छा वो फिर बोलेंगे अच्छा इसकी तो ईगो इतनी है कि ये ऐसी चीजें बोल रहा है जो कि वीकनेसेस है ही नहीं। वो देखना चाहते हैं कि आपके अंदर कितना, आपके अंदर सेल्फ रिफ्लेक्शन है, कि कितना आप अपने आप को समझ सकते हैं, अंडरस्टैंडिंग है आपकी, आपके अंदर सेल्फ अवेयरनेस कितनी है, कि आपको अपनी वीकनेसेस पता है, आपको अपनी खामियां पता है। But one thing you need to remember is that whenever you mention a weakness, make sure in the end of that weakness, you tell the interviewer that this was your weakness, this is what you're trying to improve, and this is the progress that you've made. Like for instance, now don't copy this example. For instance, I say that my weakness is that I have a fear of public speaking. मुझे डर लगता है क्राउड्स में बात करने से। तो what have I done to accomplish this weakness? I have tried to take Zoom meetings like the one I'm doing right now, or something other than that. I have tried to speak on in front of small groups like my friends, or like giving presentations at school. Just start small and tell the interviewer that this is your genuine weakness and you're genuinely trying to make an improvement, you're trying to get better. Okay. And then how have you improved upon it? Pehle I wasn't able to talk in front of a group more than 5 people. Now I can easily, without stuttering, without hesitating, I can volunteer to give presentations in front of a class of like say 30 35 people. तो tell your weakness, solution, progress. ठीक है ऐसे. And in the strengths, everyone has their strengths. Some have their matlab. Just make all of these strengths very personalized. Like for instance, you can say something like, अब ये ऐसी चीज है जैसे मैं कहूँ मैं बहुत पंक्चुअल हुआ, आई एम अ वेरी पंक्चुअलिटी इज वन ऑफ माय स्ट्रेंथ्स, कि मैं हर जगह बहुत पहले पहुंचता हूँ या टाइम पे मैं पहुंचता हूँ हर जगह. तो दिस इज अ गुड स्ट्रेंथ which the interviewers would obviously admire, but this is something that everyone would say. So make it different, make it more personalized. Think of your actual strengths and weaknesses. Don't make anything up. Everyone has uh, strengths and weaknesses. Just self reflect and think. So yeah, other than that, yeah. So other than that, make sure you do your research. You know about AKU. You know about every single thing about AKU. Like they can ask you the most randomest questions, but you should know the answer. Just go to their page. They have a whole book, guidebook or something like that. Just go to on their website and you'll see the book where you should know the number of buildings, each building was what it does, when was AKU established, the president, the um, like generally talk about everything in AKU. So yeah, and just know all of this, and the different teaching styles, the different type of classrooms, PBLs, flipped classrooms. You should know about all of this. Okay, if you don't, just contact a senior. You can even reach out to me after this meeting. You can ask me, and I can even help you with any of this. Okay, and know about the AQ logo. What does the logo represent? What's the color? What is the number of the star? The number of lines on the star? What does it represent? Know everything about AQ. So yeah, know about the societies of AQ. There are few societies that started this year. There's societies that have been going on for the past God knows how many years. So know about all of this. Okay. There, if I talk about a few societies that are also mentioned on AQ's page, acha, and do follow AQ's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Do follow these because they regularly post updates on them, so you'd be up to date about what AQ is doing at the moment. So yeah. So other than that, should I? I'll just name a few societies so you know what to talk about, like the kind of things you should like know. So one of the societies that is very well known in AKU is the Falah Society. which is basically a student-led society which helps uh, people who are underprivileged with medicines and stuff. So that's the society that you could talk about. There's another one. There's a society for the PSF, the Public Speaking Forum, that was started this year. Another society called Soch, that's for Society of Climate. Um, these are societies that just started, so your interview may or may not even know about this, but this is good. This you're basically telling them that you're so much involved that you even know that what's the upcoming new things about the college that even the doctors taking your interviews don't know. But just don't go that far and talk about more well-known societies like SPY. There's SRF, the biggest society in AKUs. It's um, another society. Which one was it? I did talk about Fala, right? Okay, I just Google. You'll find all the societies there. Acha, and you should know about the PBL system, the modular system in AKU. Okay, and know about AQ curriculum, how we follow. We go module wise. We go according to the body systems. First, we have the blood module. Then we have the inflammation and neoplasia module. After that, we have CVS, that's cardiovascular and respiration. After that, we have GIT, gastrointestinal system, renal. Just know about the module systems and how it's different from other medical college. How we inculcate pharma from the very beginning, and many other colleges don't. So just do your research. You should know as much as you can about AQ. Sayyid, other than that, let's talk about the stage 2 form. I'll open it up one second. Okay, talking about the stage 2 form. Now, there are few sections in this in this form. The first one where you mention all of your CI grades. Now, there are a lot of common questions like, should you fill this form with a pen, pencil, whatever these questions. Fill it as you like. It's totally up to you. What I did was that I downloaded the form and I typed in everything with very small fonts so I could fit everything in the box, write as much as I could in all of my achievements. So that the typing part gave me a lot of space. It made my work a lot more neat and clean. But yeah, sure, if you want to write it with a pen, you want to print it out, totally up to you. People did that also. So yeah, here's a form. um yeah, just go down to the academic section. Yeah, this is the yeah, personal data form. All of you know how to fill this. Go to page 5. Yeah. So this is the page where you fill all your personal data. After this, there are the academic institutions attended. You write down the name of your college, okay, whatever you went to. Uske baad, you write your academic achievements. Just go to the next page, page 5. Yeah. So isme you write the name of your institution, your academic achievements. Isme you write any your CIE grades, your yeah, you write your grades, any awards that you receive, like honors or scholarship or anything like that. Uh, anything like Duke of Edinburgh Award, or if you got any distinctions, so anything like that. This is where that comes in, academic achievements, right? Yeah, it's fine if you don't have any of those. I didn't have any of them. I just wrote my CI grades and that's it. Okay. This section, the section that you have to fill for people who are in gap year, this one section, acha, for people who are on a gap year, this would be also playing a huge part in your interview process. When you're sitting in front of the interviewer, this is going to be the elephant in the room, that you took a gap year and you're reapplying, or you're applying for the first time after a gap year. So you have to explain yourself. There has to be a very good reason why you took the gap year. If there is one, just tell it. If there isn't one, just make something up and tell them. So yeah, or don't make anything up. Just find a good reason, that something good that you did in the gap year. um yeah, so you tell them why you took the gap year. So yeah, you tell them what you did in the gap year, how it benefited you, and what you learned in that gap year. Just don't let them feel like you wasted that year, or you didn't you just took the gap year just because you were feeling lazy or anything. So yeah, after that, the most important section of the stage 2 form is this. You have to fill this very carefully. You have to mention whatever you did in your acha, make sure that all of these things are very relevant. Like, you can't write anything if it's asking about public speaking in societies. Now, don't say something like, in class 4 or class 6 I went to a competition, and a debate competition. Don't say anything from that old. So yeah, make sure anything that you say is very recent, matlab ke, like, since you were in ninth or 10th, ninth भी नहीं, 10th or 11th grade, 10th grade से start करो. If there is anything big that you did, that's very significant, and you want to mention it, सही है, कर लो. But try to list things that are more recent, सही है, and go in a chronological order. Arts and culture में, you talk about, yeah, just look at the examples. Painted city walls for welcoming tourists. Matlab, it has to show, anything that you write in this also shows the kind of person you are. If you go into sports, अब हम में से काफी ज्यादा लोग होते हैं कि जो इतने ज्यादा स्पोर्ट्स में एक्टिव नहीं होते, बट दैट्स फाइन, इट्स नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम. क्योंकि नाउ लेट्स से मैं नहीं था स्पोर्ट्स में इतना एक्टिव, सो व्हाट डिड आई से? डिड आई मेक समथिंग अप? डिड आई से कि हाँ मेरे इतने अवार्ड्स हैं, अचीवमेंट्स हैं? नहीं, आई जस्ट सेड कि मैं फुटबॉल खेलता हूँ स्ट्रीट में अपने दोस्तों के साथ. तो उसमें क्या होता है, they tell the interviewer, they tell the person who's looking at your CV, it tells him कि ये, he has a good connection with his community, with his colony. ठीक है? It tells them the kind of person you are. इसमें किसी ने ये भी लिखा हुआ था कि I play Scrabble with my family. ठीक है? Because they didn't have anything else, so they just mentioned whatever they did. तो उसमें it wasn't taken as a bad thing. It was like a positive point for them that went in their favor, because it showed that they were connected with their family. This person is a family person, so this is the kind of person they want. Okay. Other than that, when you go to research related activities, काफी ज्यादा लोगों की रिसर्च रिलेटेड एक्टिविटीज नहीं होती, एंड इट्स कंप्लीटली ओके, क्योंकि दे आर नॉट एक्सपेक्टिंग यू टू पब्लिश 5 पेपर्स बिफोर कमिंग टू AKU. ठीक है? उनको पता है अगर एक आध वर्कशॉप अटेंड की है तो उसके बारे में लिखते हैं, लेकिन अगर नहीं लिखा तो सही है, इट्स फाइन. लेकिन अगर ये नहीं है तो मेक श्योर बाकी जो चीजें हैं दैट आर मतलब कंप्लीटली फिल्ड. वॉलंटियर वर्क में हर चीज आ सकती है. पेड वर्क इज वेरी अप्रिशिएटेड. और मेक श्योर any of the things you write, you have proof of it, you have documents for it, that certificates, documents जो भी हैं वो अटेस्ट करवाने हैं अपने इंस्टीट्यूशन से. हर इंस्टीट्यूशन का डिफरेंट होता है. जस्ट टॉक टू एनी ऑफ योर सीनियर्स, वो आपको बता देंगे कैसे अटेस्टेशन होती है डॉक्यूमेंट्स की. ठीक है? और उनकी ईमेल भी एंड में देनी होती है. सही है? उसके अलावा 2 लेटर ऑफ रिकमेंडेशंस होते हैं, वो फिल करवाने हैं अपने उनसे, स्कूल से ही, कॉलेज से ही. तो वो भी आप स्कूल से कांटेक्ट करें या सीनियर से कांटेक्ट करेंगे, वो आपको उस पर बेहतर कर देंगे गाइड. ठीक है? आई होप दिस was a good session for you guys. I hope you guys benefited from this. If you have any other questions, you can message me, contact me. Uske alawa, yeah, once again, congratulations. to everyone for making it this far. And I wish you a very best of luck. And if you have any questions, any personalized help, if you need in the interview or the stage two form filling process, you guys can contact me anytime. Sahib, thank you.